The Gardens by the Bay is one of the Singapore's most iconic landmarks. Gardens by the Bay is a multi-award winning horticultural destination spanning 101 hectares in the central region of Singapore adjacent to the Marina Reservoir. The park consists of three waterfront gardens: Bay South Garden in Marina South, Bay East Garden in Marina East, and Bay Central Garden in Downtown Core and Kallang. The largest of the gardens is the Bay South Garden at 54 hectares, designed by Grant Associates. Its flower dome is the largest glass greenhouse in the world. In 2005, Singapore's government strategy of making Singapore into a city in a garden and to increase the quality of life with trees, plants and flowers. The Gardens by the Bay is an enormous futuristic botanical garden near the bay. This park was designed as a place of rest as well as a calling card of Singapore. In January 2006, the international competition for the best project for Gardens by the Bay was announced, in which 170 companies from 25 countries took part. In September of the same year, the jury announced the winner, Grant Associate for the Bay South Garden and Gustafson Porter for the Bay East Garden. A decision to create a central garden was made later. At Gardens by the Bay, you can visit the following attractions: the Cloud Forest, Flower Dome, OCBC Skyway, Super Tree Grove, Heritage Gardens, Sun Pavilion, Children's Garden, and Bay East Garden, to mention the most notable spots. It was thus decided that Gardens by the Bay would be the focal point for horticultural recreation, while the Botanic Gardens would cater mainly to education, research, and conservation. To walk about in the garden is free, but there are 5 ticketed attractions within the garden you have to pay for. There are 3 domes or large greenhouse, flower dome, cloud forest, and floral fantasy. Of these, the first 2 are bigger and much more interesting. Most people see both of these, but if you have to pick just one, I would recommend cloud forest. When you purchase in person, access to both conservatories at Garden by the Bay is 28 Singapore dollar for an adult and 15 Singapore dollar for a child. It is an additional 8 Singapore dollar for adult and 5 Singapore dollar for children between 3 to 12 years to use the OCBC Skyway. Being a popular tourist attraction in Singapore, the park received 6.4 million visitors in 2014, while topping its 20 millionth visitors mark in November 2015 and over 50 million in 2018. When walking around the park along the many beautiful walking paths, you will find several fantastic art sculptures and enjoy a great view of Marina Bay and the Singapore skyline. Local and tourists gather every night around 7 p.m. to see the light show. It is a free attraction and you just go down to the ground floor at the Super Tree Grove. There is a large grass field where people bring picnic baskets and blankets to sit on while watching the light show. The Gardens by the Bay also offers a great selection of restaurants and cafe and gift shop. There is also a children's garden where the kids can play.